The Bonfire 2 is a very interesting game, and one that took me a little while to get into, but I ended up enjoying thoroughly. What you've essentially got is a strategy-based city builder, I suppose, well, settlement builder, on a rather small scale. But it's that small scale in the Bonfire 2 that gives it a charm and a uniqueness that I don't think I've played particularly on other such games. So I didn't want to compare it to Frostpunk, but there is a comparison there. Frostpunk is still that small area, but it gets overly complicated very, very quickly, and you soon realise that despite being multiple routes through, you need to actually play it in a certain way to get the best out of it. Now, I've had a couple of runs through on the Bonfire, and it's allowed me to fudge my way through. No attempts I've had at playing this have ever been the same. So I've been able to sort of like work my way through, feel my way through, and I feel like I've always made progress. Now, the early part of the game, which you're seeing here, is very much the same each time. It does a job of trying to introduce you with every new game you play. And it does expand, it does get complicated, but never in a way that you can't ever feel in control, that you ever feel lost. You have to make decisions on whether you want to bring in new people into your settlement, what roles you give them, and that becomes very important. You know, who shacks up with who has what job, and first of all, you know, I think first time I played it, I started giving anyone who's coming along, you join, that's not a problem, and trying to play good. And then I started running out of food. And I was like, this isn't good. People started dying because they didn't have food, and they was weaker when it came to fighting off predators. And then I found that I was getting left with not enough people because they was dying off. And you'd come across some hostile moments as well. All different things like that within the game. And it just all of a sudden it felt had a lot more depth than I thought it initially had. And I was drawn in. I've restarted and played this game maybe half a dozen times, and it has been just a joy to play. You know, I feel like I'm learning every time I restart it. And it's got a lovely style. And there's kind of like this almost paper craft style to it. And it looks flat, but it's got a depth to like the visuals as well. And what I like compared to others, where you grow and you grow and you grow and you grow, and you know, all of a sudden you're spending as much time travelling from one side of the map to the other just to keep control. There's a lot going on in such a small area here that you can still get overwhelmed, but you can see everything that's going on. And there's some lovely little touches. I love the language that's used within the game. Works really, really well. And it gives it a ton of character. And again, it's not overly complicated. It's not going to pull up any trees, because you need to chop them down for wood. That's a bad pun. I'm sorry. But it's an interesting game. Definitely one that if you're interested in strategy games, it's worth adding to the list. There are better. I think Frostpunk overall is a better game. But the Bonfire 2 does what it does, and it does it well. And it's a nice one to jump into every now and again. And yeah, it's just really, really fun game. Definitely worth your time. So yeah, that's that. If you like the video, you like what we do, please like and subscribe, and there'll be more of these, and we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.